Good evening everyone and welcome to the SRS Super Formula Series. We are here for Season 4 within the inauguration of SRS, and we are here tonight for round 1 of the championship. It is the Suzuka Grand Prix circuit here in Japan. My name is James Hay, going to be taking you through the stream, and it's going to be fascinating to see how these guys all unfold out on track. And there is our current top man in practice, NLR Caliber, brand new driver to the mix here in the Super Formulas. The German out on top by 3.5 tenths of a second, just under that, and it's a really impressive lap as well, 145.5. Everyone will have their work cut out to try and get onto the back of that lap. And bear with us because we are going to be starting the stream very soon. We have started the stream. We're going to be starting the racing very soon out on track. I'm in charge of the lobby, so if anything goes completely pear-shaped, then it's my fault. So just blame me for absolutely everything. But there is Caliber out on top, Superhero in second at this stage, and Doug in third. So we've even been putting in some good lap times there as well, and he'd be hoping for a good result out on track. Doug currently in third, Dudley in fourth, with Bar in fifth. Quite a span in terms of the lap times here. Game of Coxey in 6th, Petrolhead 7th, Hairraiser Tap, Shadow, C-Mech in 11th, with Olive in 12th and March in 13th position. They have set lap times, by the way. Olive, Marcello in the pit lane now, ready to get going. But it's good to see quite a mix of these guys out on track, and quite a mix in terms of the racing. But Caliber out on top, Superhero in second, Doug in third as we are in the stages of practice. We will be getting underway dead on 7 o'clock for qualifying. It's going to be fascinating to see. Caliber, really good lap times from him, as CJ's just pointed out. And Palmer saying good evening. Good evening to Palmer, good evening to the Palmer household as well. Strange not seeing Palmer out on track. We're on board with NLR Caliber, and now Caliber coming up through the Dunlop curve, past the Coca-Cola wheel in the rear round of shot. And now Caliber comes through Degner 1 and then through Degner 2. This historic circuit, playing host. Of course, Super Formulas do run round here in real life, and this is why we've chosen this track as being the first round in the championship. There are 9 rounds of the season awaiting us out on track, and I'm going to take you through the calendar right now. So let me show you, or let me tell you which races we're going to be doing. So, Suzuka for round 1, then it's Red Bull Ring round 2, Fuji for round 3, and then in round 4 it is Dragon Trail Seaside. Round 5 is Interlagos. Round 6 is going to be Autodromo Lago Maggiore. Round 7 is going to be Monza. Round 8 is the Nürburgring, and round 9 is Spa, ending us off with a bit of a European leg there right at the end. Caliber's 3 tenths up on his lap time, really impressive going from NLR Caliber, clearly feeling he's got the pace to try and dominate early on. Caliber now coming through, final couple of corners of the Casio Triangle, now running down the line. With Caliber on a good lap here, comes across the line, and it's a 145.1. My God almighty, he might be in absolute class of his own. Nobody looks like they're going to get quite close enough at this stage, certainly. But there we are. Caliber out on top, Superhero second, Doug in third, Dudley fourth, Petrolhead in fifth. Marcello has just rejoined us back out on track. He's out on that lap at the minute. Practice, though, will be very much ending in the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to put in a message in just 2 minutes' time saying, is everyone ready to start qualifying? You never know, we might be even a minute or 2 early. That's how nice I might be feeling here. Marcello right on the back of Doug underneath. Looking at the Side Max livery, of course. Side Max, of course, the constructors' winners from our GT3, from our last series that ran here, of course, the MX5 Championship. They won the team's standings, and Marcello will be hoping to try and reclaim the top spot in terms of Side Max out on track. To give you a rundown as well of the driving lineup that we have got here within within SRS Formula 1. Super Formula Series. I'm going to say Formula 1 during the course of tonight, honestly. But let me tell you, in terms of the racing, certainly, let me tell you who's going to be driving for team. For SRS Motorsports, it is Marcello and Shadow. For Costa, it is Doug and Hairraiser. For Speed Team and Motorsport, it is Splash by himself. He's not here tonight because he's got another commitment. Racing Pinks is Bar and Superhero. Petrolhead and Dudley representing the Repsol M101 Honda team. And then individual drivers, we have C-Mech, Olive, myself, Wishine, Tap, and Gamer Coxie. Wishine running a little bit late because of his connection. Hopefully we'll be able to join into the session. We should be getting going very soon indeed for the action out on track, and I'm going to put in the message now saying that we are pretty much ready to go. So let me now put in this message. I'll be 2 seconds, so I'll have to type in this and not commentate. So I'll be back. C-Mech, they're putting in a Y in the chat. Y is all going across the track, which is really good to see. Caliber saying have a good race. He is ready. Doug is ready. Olive's ready as well. We better get underway for qualifying. 10 minutes worth of qualifying and a 30-minute endurance race to begin us off. And then please remind me that I have got to change the settings once again, which you'll see on the stream. I've got to change it back to a reverse grid race. It'll be set by host, of course. I will take a photo of round 1. Mitchell Dodd, sorry I got no ID, will be joining us as well. So we are just waiting for him to join the lobby, and we'll be getting going very soon indeed. And I'm going to put in the communication for that. It'll give me 2 seconds. And there he is. He has literally just joined us. And I literally put in the message as soon as he joins the lobby, which is fantastic. We'll wait for him to take pride and place either in the pit lane or out on track. Olive and Caliber are waiting there very patiently indeed. We are going to get in. I can see him, Caliber. I can see him. He has just joined the session. Superhero now is out on top, but Caliber still fastest in the session. Superhero will be hoping to try and set a really good lap time there. You can tell I was typing that message before he joined, so that's my bad on that. Good to see though everyone is here. We should be seeing, sorry, I've got no ID. There he is, coming now out on track. And I still make it 59, but we are going to get ready to go here for qualifying. And I have got to do the dirty business. And now I've got to remember how I do this. Hang on a minute. Goodness me. Right. I think everyone is ready. I'm still waiting until 7 o'clock comes around the corner. You can see in the top right hand side of your screen it is 59 still. It's 59 still on my iPad, and now it has turned 7 o'clock, and now we will begin qualifying out on track. So 14 drivers here. Tice also in the lobby spectating along. I think he will leave as a point, and Superhero spins out of the hairpin there at the top end of the track. But now the qualifier will last for 10 minutes. And this is fastest first out on track. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see who's going to be the first man out on track. And it's Olive that is going to be the first man out on track. Hopefully there'll be no pick glitches. I'm going to monitor this very, very carefully. Hopefully no pick glitches from anyone coming out of the pit lane. Sorry, I've got no IDs coming out of the pit lane. Simac, Tap, I think we are all fine in terms of the drivers coming out on track. So just keeping... It's weird because I'm the lobby host, I'm also streaming as well. Tapping's the final man out on track, and now we've got everyone out in qualifying, which is really good indeed. Superhero is not first out on track currently. That, of course, goes to Olive, and there is Olive out on track in a purple coloured livery. Pretty similar to a Williams Martini livery going along the side of his car. DrivingTheWorld.com, of course, one of the sponsors possibly going forward within SRS. We haven't confirmed anything with that just yet, but we are very, very keen to welcome new sponsors, of course, here in SRS. And already a minute ago on in qualifying, if you are just tuning in, qualifying has just begun, dead on 7 o'clock. And now we're about to get going for the first lap of the Super Formula Series. 9 rounds awaiting these drivers. There's 18 races in total, just to point you out as well. Overtake mode, by the way, is allowed. It is allowed within qualifying, so you can use overtake mode up however you like. It's essentially like DRS, running down on the straight, I would say, but you can use the overtake mode. Just to clarify that out on track, if you are one of the drivers that might be listening in to the stream. But Olive, now coming around the final couple of corners, out on track, now into the Casio Triangle, and now we're going to go on board with him. Beautiful on-board shot with that halo, of course. And now runs around the final corner, and we'll go for a driver's eye of Suzuka. So now comes out the final corner, comes across the line to start us off on this lap. Expect lap times from Olive, possibly around the 147 mark, 148. We have seen though 145s out on track as now Olive comes through turn 1, now runs through turn 2. And here the tyres squealing on the car, and now comes through turn 3, and then through 4, through the slithering S section through here. Very quick from Olive. You can see his inputs. Looks like he's on a wheel as opposed to on a pad. He's gone very quick through the S section though, and a 29 flat through the first sector. Really nice on board, I've got to be honest with, as now he comes up through the Dunlop curve, and now towards Deckner 1 and Deckner 2 out on track. Flies through Deckner 1 and has gone wide and has gone off, and that is his qualified time absolutely ruined. It had to be the first lap of the season, and it had to be a first mistake of the season as well. Let's drive on board then with Shadow, who's coming up into the hairpin. The Shadow now the first man out on track, driving full side max, of course. He's got his teammate Marcello just in behind him, about a 2-second gap out on track. And now Shadow running down the hill in towards the next couple of corners, coming through Spoon Curve this will be. Now comes out, brakes just off the 50-metre pole, gets the car beautifully turned in, floors it, 126 mile an hour maintained through there, runs wide slightly, gets caught on the curb, but now running up the hill in towards the final couple of corners, through the flat-out left-hander of 130R, and now Shadow will be hoping for a really good result out on track. 127.7s there, or thereabouts, and what we've seen in practice, certainly what I was doing in practice as well. He got caught on the curb there slightly, now runs into the braking zone of the Casio Triangle, through 16, 17, and then through the kink at 18. That was an on-board lap then with both Olive and Shadow, and now Shadow comes across the line, and it's a 146.1 to start us off. Marcello, though, goes quicker with a 145.7, and you can see he used up a little bit of overtake mode up on that lap. Caliber goes into second. Everyone, I will just stress, everyone can use the overtake mode as Caliber and Bar have a bit of a coming together, and that is not what I like to see at all. Caliber and Bar, regardless of what that was, you have been warned. You have been warned. Anyway, Superhero out on top, Marcello in second, Caliber in third, and Shadow in fourth currently. I'm not going to put a message in, but this should take it a lot cleaner. Superhero's getting a little bit of a gap now with Bar, 0.2 of a second down through the first sector. He's out on top though, 45.5 on his lap, but you can see how much it has actually drained his battery on the right hand side there. He might not have another run to try and go onto an overtake mode lap, certainly. Doug then is just behind out on track. Now we're going forward with Olive. Olive made a mistake on his lap time, sort of Petrolhead actually. Petrolhead made a mistake on his lap time, but currently out on top, Superhero from Marcello from Caliber, and there is Marcello running through the Italian, now coming through Spoon Curve. Shadow just in front of him out on track as well, and I don't think he can, Superhero. That's why we're seeing quite a bit of conservation with Marcello's overtake mode running down the straight. 28 flat through the middle sector from Superhero. Marcello in second, Caliber in third, and regardless of Bar and Caliber, that will be investigated, of course, but there is no backing out within qualifying. There is no backing out within qualifying. Now Marcello back into the pit. They nearly did a Palmer from League of Europe there. He is watching on, of course. He'll know what I mean. And yeah, Superhero on top, Marcello in second, and Caliber in third. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go out here, out on track. Tailraiser comes across the line to set a new time. But Palmer's going to be investigating that. He does see Bar lagging a little bit, but I'll see what I can see. It is very difficult. You're following my cameras. This is the problem. We should get replay cam up, hopefully, as well after the race. Somebody will upload it. Doug, though, has gone quickest. A 145 flat. And clearly, everyone using the incentive to use up their overtake mode now, I think. So Doug out on top, Superhero in second, Marcello in third. 0.5 of a second separating these guys out on track. Now, the thing is, obviously with this overtake mode, you have to use it up at points of the lap where you might feel necessary to try and gain a little bit of speed out on track. Some guys might not decide to do that. They may not decide to use the overtake mode up at all. It's the same applies for the race as well. You've got to be so conservative because it is a half an hour race, a half an hour endurance race, not a lap race like you normally see in Formula E. Coxie, I think, is on a lap time with Doug, and now Coxie backs out of that. Superhero coming through Dector 2 is in second, and there is Marcello in third. All these guys on outlaps at this stage. Shadow, I don't think, is on a good lap coming up the hill. On a board with him though, nonetheless. He's down on the middle sector there. Petrolhead now up to 6th position. Goes Petrolhead, the yellow flag just ahead of him, which is absolutely nobody. It does come up with the yellow flag sometimes here in Suzuka. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Doug in top from Superhero in second. Marcello in third. Dudley now given a bit of a slipstream there. He's on an outlap. Shadow is into the pit lane. Guys have done about 3 laps now in terms of the driving out on track. We're already seeing like 80 litres of fuel being right down. So there is a mandatory pit stop, remember, as well in the Super Formulas. This will be probably around the halfway stage within the race. It's been designed so they have to make a mandatory pit stop throughout this race. Dudley now comes across the line though to start off on his lap. He runs down now in towards turn number 1 and then turn number 2 out on track. But Doug leading the way, Superhero in second, Harris in third. Olive improves up to 47.1, goes 10th, just behind Sorry Got No ID. He's running a base livery at the minute. Sorry Got No ID, of course, will get a livery on for the next race. He did join late, but I don't mind. I really don't mind about that. Dudley now coming through up the hill. 2 tenths up coming through the first sector. He was looking quite quick actually in practice earlier on. He's in the Repsol Honda team, of course, alongside his teammate being, off the top of my head, I forgot. But Dudley now coming through this middle sector through Spoon and Wishshine, saying his Wi-Fi now works. But it is too late. Yeah, it is a full lobby as well now, Wishshine, which is a real shame. It's 14 drivers though here, plus 2 spectators, me and Tice. And now with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go, these guys have got to get their lap times in, and Dudley will be one of the first to try and set up on a lap here. The minute and 10 seconds remaining. Dug out on top, Superhero second, Hair Racer in third. Yellow flags coming through Spoon. Ignore those. It's now Dudley flies out through Spoon. And now on the run down a hill, up in towards 130R. And he's sticking to the right hand side of the track. Normally we see, I certainly like to take the deeper line, going on the inside through that. Saves you the ground, but he is 2.5 tenths up coming through the middle sector, through 130R. And now in towards the final sector. He's got Shadow just ahead of him out on track. Gets the car turned in, gets the car stopped, most importantly. And now Dudley uses up his overtake mode toward the line. He's now flat out to the line, comes across, and he improves, and he goes up into 8th position. So good up there by him. Shadow has just started off on a lap. Caliber is about to start up on a lap, I believe, as well. Already under investigation, of course. C-Mech has just gone up into 9th position, I think, or 10th position, just behind Bar. Bar just behind Tap there, and hopefully there's going to be no contact there at all. So I've got no ID. Oliver's had a spin, and I think he is going to be the one, or one of the last ones to come across the line. In fact, he is the last driver to come across the line. So let's go further still as Tap has spun through turn 2. He's parked the car on the right-hand side coming through turn 2. Doug, though, one of the first out on track, and he's currently 2 tenths down on his lap time. And, of course, he will be trying to use up as much overtake mode as possible within this lap. Doug out on top, though, Superhero in second, Hair Racer in third. We have got about 2 minutes remaining in qualifying of the guys to get their laps in, and that is it. Because now, see Doug coming up through Spoon Curve at turns 12 and 13, then through 14, and then onto one down and towards 130 out turn 15. He's got ahead of him Hair Racer, I think, out on track, his teammate. So Hair Racer now running on his lap time. He's used up all of his overtake mode out on track, so he's 1.1 seconds down as a result. So we'll right on board back with Doug. He's 8 tenths down. These guys, of course, clearly getting in their earlier laps, and they have got to consume, of course, this ERS usage, or the overtake mode usage, I should say. As now Doug runs out the final corner, out on track. Shadow looks like he's on a good lap, in fact, in behind. The Shadow then on the run toward the line. He is on a good lap here. Can Shadow go top? Yes, he can. 44.7. Really good lap time that by Shadow. Could have still there. Dudley goes second. Everyone using up their overtake mode quite late on in this session. Superhero was done. Hair Racer's done. Marcello is on a purple lap. He's got C-Mac just in front of him out on track. Caliber with a 1:43.9 goes quickest out of everyone. That is absolutely unbelievable stuff from Caliber. Caliber on top, 7/10 of a second. Shadow in second, Dudley in third, Marcello in fourth. Everyone has pretty much came across the line. We're only waiting for the final couple of cars to come through. Oliver and Sorry got no idea, not on laps. Neither is Tap, who's came across the line. There's Game of Coxie as well. There's Tap coming across the line, and there's Olive going to be the final man to come across. But Caliber, an absolute demolition job here in qualifying, and he's out on top by the best part of 7/10 of a second. And look at that, he had 25% of that overtake build-up still to use. Caliber out on top, Shadow in second, and Dudley in third. And that is the end of qualifying, and we're now about to get going into the race. So now, here we are, round one of the championship here for the SRS Super Formula Series, Season 4, round one, it's Suzuka, and we are now seeing the rundown of the grid. So Caliber, Shadow, Dudley, Marcello, Doug, Superhero, Hairraiser, Petrolhead, Bar, Coxie, C-Mech, Sorry I've got no ID, Olive and Tap are your 14 drivers out on track, and we'll see from the gantry these 5 red lights go out very soon indeed. Half an hour's worth of racing, 20 minutes worth, and a reverse grid top 8. Caliber out on top, Shadow in second. Who's going to get the best start? Round one's about to begin, and it's lights down, away we go. Caliber gets a bit of a shocking start, and now Shadow has got the run. Dudley has got the run as well, running down in towards someone, but Shadow's already ahead. Caliber's had a shocker, and Dudley now down on the inside line. Marcello trying to fight on the inside line as well. We're clean through turn 1, and now clean through turn 2, and it's Shadow who leads the way from Dudley in second. Caliber in third, with Marcello in fourth. And looking on board, I'll have to dip out of spectate mode quickly. We run on board with Olive, Coxie, Sorry got no idea. Everyone's clean through, which is really good. Shadow leading the way though, up to the Dunlop curve for the first time. Dudley in second, Caliber in third. Caliber right on the back of Dudley. These guys, of course, not want to use up as much overtake mode as possible. It is a half an hour race, and they have got to, of course, use up that mandatory pit stop out on track. Shadow leading the way, Dudley in second, Caliber in third, and now Caliber looks onto the back of Dudley, switches to the outside line. Dudley defends the inside line of Repsol Honda, looks very, very, very wary. Larry coming out to the hairpin, in fact, and now Marcello right on the back of the NLR man, out on track with Doug fifth, Superhero in sixth, Shadow leading the way, Dudley in second, Caliber in third. We run on board then with Caliber right on the back of the American, running in towards Spoon Curve once again, or for the first time in this race. Shadow leading the way, really clean start by everyone, really competitive early on, and Shadow has tried to break away, 8.5 tenths a second, running up the hill. He's used up a little bit of overtake mode currently. Dudley and Caliber though going side by side in towards 130. Oh, this can be done down in the inside line, and look at Caliber as well. Marcello is through though, and Caliber, he gets the move done. The Italian is through and up into third. Caliber goes around the outside line, and the Casio triangle has contact between them both, but it's a great move by Caliber, and he is back through Marcello, and signed, sealed and delivered, gets the move done. Shadow leads the way at the end of lap 1, Dudley in second, Caliber in third, and Marcello now on the outside line. Look at Doug, look at Superhero getting involved in this as well. Doug's going to make it 3 wide, running down in towards Tomon. This is impossible to pull off. Doug is down the inside line, and there's inevitable contact. How on earth everyone's got to clean through there is unbelievable, and how on earth Doug has got that move done is absolutely unbelievable as well. The old timer in SRS is up to third position, gets 2 for the price of 1, down the inside line and towards turn 1. Absolutely insane stuff from Doug. But Shadow leads the way, and he's trying to leave everyone in the shadows at the minute. Dudley in second, Doug in third. There's been a little bit of contact further down the field. Drivers losing places, so he got no ID, I think, has lost a couple of places. Tap and all the other 2. Run up into the hairpin for the second time. You see Doug defending, Caliber on the outside line through the hairpin, trying to get the move done. These 2 will be very fair indeed, and Petrolhead, I think, nearly spun in the back runner, but Caliber's through. He is up into third position. Marcello right on the back of Superhero, who's now through, and he's up into fifth as a result of that contact. Marcello now to the inside line, trying to get the move done. He doesn't quite, and Superhero hangs on. Doug though is side by side and gets the move done again on Caliber. This is insane racing. Out on track, only lap 2 of the season starter here. And now Superhero is going to try and run onto the back. He doesn't want to use up as much overtake mode as possible, but Shadow leads the way. Dudley second, Doug in third, Caliber fourth, Superhero in fifth. Superhero tries to go to the inside line. Caliber very fair in defence, and that curb really catches you out sometimes. And now Marcello right on the back of Superhero, running down in towards turn 1 once again. They've completed 2 laps. Shadow leads, Dudley second, Doug third, Caliber in fourth. Caliber now switches to the inside line. And now we see that long running straight. And now Caliber down the inside line of Doug, trying to get the move done. He does. The German through into third. Can he now press onto the back of Dudley? He's only 1.3 seconds up the road. Caliber now got to get a move on. We've got to try and drag Doug, Superhero and Marcello into play. Shadow leading the way though. It's a 10th down through the first sector. There's Dudley in second in the Repsol Honda. Caliber in third, Doug in fourth, Superhero in fifth for the Racing Pinks. Marcello in sixth, Hairracer in seventh. Petrolhead under pressure from Bar in behind as well. Bar looking quite good in these early stages of the race. They fly through Degler 1 and now through Degler 2. Petrolhead looks to the inside line on Hairracer. Doesn't get the move done. Bar makes a slight mistake. Game of Coxie has run wide as well, and now C-Mech is now through, and he's up into 10th position. That Williams coloured car, and the Williams is through, essentially, adds into P10 out on track. Pretty good stuff. Hairracer now on the back of Marcello. Sorry, I should say Petrolhead's on the back of Hairracer now. As now looks to the inside line. I don't think he's going to try and get the move done. You can see in terms of the overtake mode up, he's already used up 25% of that overtake mode up, and it doesn't regenerate like it does in Formula 1, so they have to use it so carefully out on track, and that's going to be the main factor, I think, this season. It's now Petrolhead runs side by side just in front as well. Marcello has got a rear view on Superhero, and Doug going side by side as well, coming through 130R. Petrolhead in behind has got the move done on Hairracer. Superhero tries to look to the inside line. Doug on the outside line. Doug forces them out wide. This is Marcello's opportunity to try and get them both. And now he's on the outside line. He's got to have somebody to give him a little bit of slipstream. He might not need slipstream. He's got the overtake mode out, and he's going to absolutely sail on by. It's like Formula 1 this. Doug is going to try and respond though to the inside line. On the outside line, Doug forces him out wide. Superhero and he goes into the back of him. Still 2 wide, 3 wide, running towards the S section now. Doug into fourth, Marcello into fifth, Superhero into sixth. Ghosting system working now. I think Superhero's picked up a penalty as well. This is really good racing. Alan Dragons keeping my toes certainly in the commentary box early. Shadow though has escaped 1.6 seconds down in front, but look at Caliber's pace. Now onto the back of Dudley, and he has got about 60% of that overtake mode usage in his locker at the minute. Shadow in second, Shadow leading the way, Dudley in second, Caliber in third, Doug in fourth, Marcello fifth, Superhero in sixth. Superhero now on the back of Marcello, runs into the hairpin, and looking down the field, drivers dropping down, but goodness me, what an absolute race so far. Caliber, yeah, what a lap from him indeed in qualifying, and now Marcello looks to the inside line on Doug. Can the Italian get the move done? No, he hangs on in behind. I think we have got some Italian supporters there in the chat as well, which is good to see. Cello leading the way, Dudley in second, Caliber in third, Doug in fourth, and now Marcello uses up this overtake mode up to good effect. Is now Doug going to try and respond and use his overtake mode up to try and defend the position. He's on the outside on. Look at the overspeed for the Italian. Trying to go all the way around the outside through 130. You can see the red light indicating he's got the move done. Shooting down the inside line. Doug is very late. Marcello though is even later, and he's through into fourth position. Doug right on the back, and now Superhero has got a good run out on this as well. Only 8 minutes through. Shadow leading. Dudley second. Caliber going side by side with them, running down towards turn 1. The German right on the back of the American. And now switches to the inside line. More time is cost by getting held up by Caliber. From Dudley's point of view, certainly, the more that Shadow will escape the road. It's now 2 seconds the gap. Marcello is into fourth, ahead of Doug. Superhero there in 6th position. Hairracer in 7th. Bar and 8th. C-Mech in 9th. Coxie in 10th. Tap. Petrolhead down into 12th. Not sure what's happened to Petrolhead there. Sorry, I've got no idea. In 13th. And Olive in 14th position. Sidemax P1, Keelan has just said, without having 4 others in, well, this plan has worked well. This plan has indeed worked well. And he's escaped of the road, has Shadow, escaping into the Shadow. And look at that! He hasn't even used up any overtake mode since the start of the race, apart from lap 1. So Shadow leading the way, and he's got control over the pack behind him. But now Caliber, right on the back of Dudley, will take driver's eye as we go on board, like Formula E with driver's eyes. We now go on board, and now switches to the inside line. Oh, and Dudley moves across on him. Hard defending from Dudley. He's got caught on the marbles, and that is game over for Dudley. And Caliber is slipping into second. Dudley recovers the car, but Caliber now through. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Side Max against NLR, possibly for the race win. Marcello in third, Dudley in fourth. Dudley now right on the back, trying to recover from that mistake. Switches to the inside line, running toward 130. Oh, impossible, but defending well is Marcello. Dudley now on the inside line, and Dudley dive bombs it down the inside. Great stuff by Dudley. Gets the move done, but Marcello's going to have the better run out. And now look at Marcello on the back. Look at Superhero on the back as well. The Racing Pink's car now going to pick one of the two to try and get the slipstream. Now he's got the overtake mode out, and now he's going to try and side his way through the middle of them both. Marcello on the inside line, Superhero on the outside line. Dudley forced out the way slightly, but Superhero trying to control the car. Coming through turn one, Marcello hangs on for third. Superhero in fourth. Dudley has lost out on that, gets caught in the grass as well. He is struggling possibly for tyres out on track. They're really beginning to wear compared to the others, but Shadow leading the way. Caliber in second, 2.4 seconds to gap. Shadow there in third, Superhero in fourth, Dudley in fifth, Doug in sixth position, Eraser in seventh, Bar in eighth, C-Mech in ninth, Coxie 10th, Petrolhead, Tap, Sorry Got No ID and Olive are your 14 drivers here tonight. And the battle for third now really heating up as Marcello just splits away by about 4.5 tenths on the run up toward the hairpin. Seen, of course, Daniel Kvyat's crash in 2014 when he drove for Red Bull. But 10 minutes gone. 10 minutes gone, and my voice is already going, as you can probably tell. Shadow does lead the way from Caliber second. Marcello in third. Marcello's escaped up the road by a second. Superhero and Dudley now fighting out for fourth and fifth. And just spied, actually, he's got the Disney Pixar on the side of his car. How Superhero is now trying to latch onto the back of Marcello, who run wide there through screen. You might have seen it on your camera. And now Dudley right on the back. Let's take this. Look at the RPM. Already at 9,000 RPM for Dudley. Jones it into fifth. Up to sixth gear. Tries to dive it down the inside line. Doesn't commit the move. Doug's going to get quite close to this as well later on in this race. Of course, they have got to make their mandatory pit stop. Shadow leading the way though. Caliber second. Marcello in third. Superhero in fourth. With Dudley fifth. Doug in sixth position, second now for Doug. Penalty that is for Doug, but he is trying to gain onto the back of Dudley and on the back of Superhero as well. Let's have a look at the overtake mode consumption as gap for the lead is coming down. 1.7 seconds leading the way, but Shadow has used up considerably less overtake mode up compared to Caliber behind him. Well, that's pretty necessary, I think, because Shadow is 1.9 seconds ahead. Caliber is in second position. He's just got to hold something back possibly towards the end of this race. Marcello there in third, Superhero in fourth, and now Superhero latching onto the back of Marcello. Deck the one, deck the two complex now. Superhero just runs out wide slightly, gives Marcello a bit of a run. And 5.5 tenths the gap as we run up the hill. Pretty much similar gap as well, and behind to Dudley in fifth. Me. Where did that come from? Doug in sixth, Eraser seventh, Bar in eighth position. Goodness me, it could be worse. It could be me burping on the stream. Shadow leading the way. Caliber in second though. 18 minutes left to go in the round one, race one here in Japan. Shadow leading the way, and it's leaving everyone in their shadows at this moment in time. Caliber in second. Battle for third still on. Shadow in third, Superhero in fourth. You can see in terms of the slipstream how much Superhero is getting closer. He's set a purple third sector. Of course, there's 4 sectors out on track on this compared to 3 in Formula 1. Oh, Shadow gets caught right on the curb there. Superhero gets caught on the curb, gets caught on the gravel. Needy goes for a spin. Dudley has dropped back off as well. But now, Superhero's going to land himself the fastest lap, and he could land himself a run. And Marcello for third position, running down in towards turn one. Car number 18 against car number 5, I should say. Marcello on the inside line, hangs on for now. Pretty good racing though out on track from these guys. Shadow leading, Caliber second, Marcello third. Superhero in fourth, we are just tuning in. Marcello third position, we're on board with. C-Mac has got through on Bar, and that was through turn one. Bar's got a penalty, of course. And these guys, of course, can use up their penalties wherever they like. Currently, out on track, there's no real poise for when they should use up their penalty. Like, there's no, obviously, penalty zones, as we like to call them here in SRS. C-Mac there in 8th position, doing well on his debut. The pole, 13.5 seconds off the lead of the race, but he is trying to catch the Costa cars of Doug and Hay Racer just ahead of him. Back to the battle for 3rd. Shadow leading the way, but look at the gap coming down. The German on the back of the Dutchman, and are we going to see a war break out between those two? Because I feel Caliber has got the pace over Shadow at this stage, and Shadow is looking at the minute to be just in distance of the slipstream range at this stage, but now as we get on toward 130 yards, still 9/10 of a second. He's just out of slipstream range as Caliber used up a little bit of overtake mode. He would have been in that slipstream range from the car ahead. 15 minutes ago, Shadow leading the way, Caliber in 2nd as they now come out to come across the line to start lap 9 here. Shadow nearly responds with the fastest Caliber nearly responds with the fastest lap of the race. We can see again 8/10 of a second. Not within slipstream range just yet. Hay Racer is in for his first pit stop, and now we can see side by side Marcello on the inside line. Superhero's trying to dive around the outside line. Gets caught in the marble slightly. Could have the overrun though going towards turn 3. But no, Marcello stays in 3rd position for now. Shadow leading. Caliber 2nd. Marcello 3rd. Going forward with that pit stop that Hay Racer has made. He's back out of pit. Makes his mandatory pit stop. He's done for a fresh set of rubber. All drivers, of course, running the sort of super soft compound of tyre. There are normally 3 compound of tyres available in Formula 1. It's a super soft though that we are running. And of course, they have to make a mandatory pit stop. Otherwise, they're going to get disqualified. With it being week 1 though, I think we can probably give them the benefit of the doubt, if I've got to be honest, out on track. Shadow though leading. Just made a slight mistake there, did Shadow, and now Caliber is on the back of him. 6/10 of a second. Caliber is actually also known as Nicholas Carl. I did not know that, actually. Caliber doing a fantastic job. Nicholas Carl, remembering that from B-League back in the day, TFRL. Shadow leading the way, runs wide, coming through Spoon though, and now Caliber is going to try and hunt him down. And this man is really beginning to pressure Shadow into a few mistakes. He's not close enough for the move, I don't think. He'll run it into 6th gear. Now coming through 130R. He is 9 thousandths up on his personal best. Not quickest enough in the 3rd sector though. And knowing Caliber, he's got to wait and sit his opportunity and wait on the back of Shadow. Shadow is into the pit lane from the lead of the race. Caliber's probably thinking, what on earth is he pitting for? But Shadow is into the pit lane. Marcello in. Dudley in as well. And all making their pit stops just after the halfway stage here in the race. And Caliber now promoted to the lead. Superhero in 2nd. We're seeing further pit stops. Game of Coxey now into the pit lane. And yes, you do have to make a mandatory pit stop. So I've got no idea. He has left the room. It's disappointing on his debut. Petrolhead though on the back of Hay Racer, and this is the battle possibly for what will be, well, 9th and 10th I think coming out of the pit lane, because that's Dudley just coming out ahead if I'm not mistaken. Game of Coxey I thought would have been coming out around these guys, but he isn't. Petrolhead on the back of Hay Racer. But now what Caliber has got to do is got to put in the race and the in-lap of his absolute life, and he's a 10.5 up in clear air. Shadow, by the way, came out in 6th position. He's on the back of Bar. Bar has not pitted just yet. Shadow in 6th position. Bar in 5th. Caliber, Superhero, Doug, C-Mac, Bar, Shadow. Of course, with it being a 20-minute race, next one, for race 2 here tonight in Suzuka. We've got 2 races for you, of course. The reverse grid will be in operation, and you don't have to make a mandatory pit stop within the sprint race either. So we've got the feature race first, sprint race second, like Formula 2, if you think about it. Shadow now on the back of Bar. I wonder if Caliber's going to come into the pit lane though. Let's see. Right on board with the German. So now comes through into the Casio triangle once again for the 10th time. German leading the way, Caliber out in front. Is he going to come into the pit? No, stays out at least another lap. And probably wondering why he is not pitting in just yet. Superhero though is in. Superhero is in from 2nd, Doug in from 3rd, C-Mac is in 4th, and now Shadow was up into 5th, gets the move done down to the Casio triangle. C-Mac is in, so Superhero's also been into the pit lane as well, and he's really being cost there by Shadow, and the gap, 16.3 seconds, Caliber to Shadow at this stage in the race. Shadow, you would imagine, with this undercut, will get out. Superhero's going to be side by side with Marcello, who rejoins just in behind the Italian. Not a bad scenario to be in, I think, for Superhero's perspective. Right on board then with Driver's Eye once again, coming through turn 3, 4, 5, and then 6, coming through this S section before we hit the Dunlop curve. You can hear on board with this car. You can see the fuel usage as well. 51 litres of fuel remaining for Superhero. You can see that on the left-hand side of the screen as well. He's running at 240 km an hour, running in towards Sector 1, then through Sector 2. Now on the back of Marcello, runs wide there slightly, ran into the gravel there slightly as well. Caliber's doing such a good job out on track. Shadow in second, Marcello in third, gap now 16.7. Gap is going up, in fact. Caliber feeling he might have an advantage over Shadow, and I wonder if the message has got round to Caliber whether he will have to pit or not. He's 3 tenths up coming through the final sector, into the final sector. And now the German, is he going to make his pit stop this lap around? He's got to make his pit stop, of course, otherwise he'll just get disqualified. And now, Caliber in. Caliber is into the pit lane from the lead of the race, and this is going to be fascinating as now Shadow is only coming out at 130R. I think Caliber might have this, you know. Caliber might have this coming out the pit lane to shorter pit entry, pit exit, then a run round the final couple of corners. This is going to be close. Caliber is coming in into the pit lane. He will maybe just put up a little bit more fuel. He doesn't, and now he's going to be side by side with Shadow. There is Shadow. There is Caliber. Shadow might have the overrun to the outside line. He has got him. Shadow is into the lead of the race and maintains the lead, but Caliber now is right on the coattails with just 10 minutes to go here in race 1 of the season, and Shadow leads the way. Caliber, though, is got fresh rubber on that, and now he's going to push like hell's fire out on track. Shadow then leading 3.5 tenths of a second. Caliber has landed himself in an absolute unreal position at this stage. Marcello then in third, Superhero in fourth, Dudley in fifth, Doug in sixth, Hellraiser 7th, C-Mech in eighth. So in fact, if it was the stage it is, C-Mech would be on reverse grid pole from Hellraiser, Doug, Dudley, and you get the rest when we change it around. But now, Shadow leading the way, and now this is Caliber's opportunity to try and get the move done, running down in towards Spoon. Switches to the inside line. I think he just wants to slipstream at this stage. He's just going to stay in behind Caliber on the back of Shadow, and he's just going to hunt him round. It's going to be like bump drafting in IndyCar. Or bump drafting in NASCAR, I should say. Wrong one. Shadow leading the way, though, from Caliber in second. Schmitsky has joined the room from League of View. I don't know why he's in. Caliber now on the back, though, of Shadow. Shadow leading the way. Caliber in second, and that Caliber just backs off the throttle. Just runs into the slipstream. He's running all over the back of Shadow. Now switches to the outside line, running through the Casio triangle. This is brilliant stuff from Caliber. Can he get the move done? No. Shadow's got the run, and now it's side by side coming out the kink. And Shadow's just about got the lead of the race, but for how long? It's now Caliber right on the back of him. Switches to the outside line. No overtake mode in operation for either of these guys. Shadow leads the way down towards turn 1. He's out of the slipstream. Caliber, is he going to try and lunge around the outside? No, he'll switch it back coming in towards turn 2. But Shadow leading the way out on track. Caliber in second position. This is exactly the season opener that we wanted. When we brought up this calendar, this is exactly what we wanted in terms of the on-track action. Shadow leading the way. Caliber in second, Marcello in third, Superhero in fourth, and then Dudley in fifth, Doug in sixth, Hellraiser 7th, C-Mech in 8th position. But let's just focus on this battle for the lead at this stage. This is the racing that everyone's like to see, Palmer. Honestly, this is brilliant, brilliant racing. And look at the battle as well in behind. Marcello, Superhero and Dudley are only covered by about 6 or 7 tenths of a second as well. Coming up the hill in towards turn 3. Turn 3? Into the heck, I should say. In sector 3. Caliber's on the back of Shadow, though. We're going to try and focus on both the battles if we can. Caliber now to the inside line, running through the complex. Now on the outside line. Shadow's on the inside line, now running through Spoon. Tries to go around the outside, does Caliber. Shadow gets caught on the curb. Nearly a Vettel-like moment there, but Shadow hangs on. This is absolutely painstakingly brilliant stuff out on track, and now Caliber right on the back of Shadow. Goodness me, I really hope you are enjoying this. We've got the sprint race to come. It's going to be crazier than this one, I can tell you now. As now Caliber looks to the outside line. Shadow has got the defensive line though on the inside. Gets caught on the curb. Caliber slowed down slightly. Will give Marcello a little bit of a run. But Shadow leading the way, out on track, comes across the line. Dudley, by the way, set the fastest lap of the race. In third position, however, Superhero, and now Dudley's right on the back as well. And he's going to try and get a double slipstream. Is Dudley going to try and do a dog from lap 1 or lap 2? Switches to the inside line. He's going to get boxed in. He could get 1 though. Down the inside line he goes. Superhero's out wide onto the marbles. He recovers the car just about. And he does, and he stays in 5th, but Dudley threw it into 4th. Nothing that Superhero could have done. He just got purely out on the marbles. But look at this, coming through the S section. Shadow, Caliber. Shadow has got a big shadow in his rear view mirror at this stage. And it's Caliber who has got the characteristics of a man that is on an absolute mission out on track. The German, with 6 minutes to go, hunting down the Dutchman for the lead of the race. And if these two begin to fight, and if Caliber does wait behind them a lot longer than expected, Marcello might be on the back of this before the end of the race. Shadow though leading, Caliber in second. Caliber now will take driver's eye, running down in towards Spoon. To the inside line, runs through the King. He'll gain him the time. To the outside line now goes Caliber. But again, Shadow is just so stoic in defending. Really, really good defending, driving from Shadow. And as I say, the thing is, with Caliber now on the back, he's surely going to have to try and get a run up towards 130 yards. Going to be on the inside line, possibly on the outside line. If Shadow puts up a defensive line, but no, he's going to bump draft him. I think Caliber realises that Marcello might be closing in. But now to the left-hand side goes Caliber. On your screen, tries to go around the outside of the Casio triangle. Brilliant stuff. Caliber into the lead of the race, but for how long? Shadow's got the inside line. They're still side by side. This is fair, the fairest racing I think I've ever seen on this game. Shadow leading the way, but now Caliber is on the outside line, and he's going to try and get the move done running through turn 1. This is nitty gritty stuff. Shadow hangs on for the lead of the race. 4.5 minutes to go out on track, which means about 3 laps essentially to go out on track. Shadow is hanging on for grim life. Caliber's into second. Dudley, by the way, I think Marcello made a mistake coming through turn 1 and 2. Dudley through and he's into third. But Caliber is right on the back. He's literally toying with Shadow at this stage. Shadow's got slightly more overtake motor. He's not going to go around the outside of the deck there, is he? No. Shadow hangs on. Lead of the race. Caliber in second. My, oh my. Caliber runs wide. Gives Shadow just the tiniest bit of advantage running up the hill. My God, I really hope you are enjoying this. Dudley, Marcello, catching as well. Could have a 4-way battle for the lead. Doug's not entirely out of this either as well. Superhero's not entirely out of it either. But Sander, supporting Sidemax of course, supporting Shadow, and Shadow is still in the lead of this race. Somehow, he is defending like an absolute terrier out on track. And it's 0.3 of a second running down the hill, coming through Spoon once again, running up towards 130 odd, but now Caliber is right on the back of him, and now could be the time to go, using up the overtake board. Now is the time to commit. Looks to the inside line, running through 130R. He's going to get the move done. There's a little bit of contact between them both, but now Caliber, Shadow is so deep on the brakes. How's he got that car stopped? I do not know. But now Caliber's going to have to run again on the outside line. This is going to get pretty aggressive very, very quickly if they're not careful. Shadow leading the way, Caliber in second, and now Caliber's surely going to get the lead of the race finally. The German on the outside line. Shadow's going to try and fight back with every ounce of overtake board he can use up. He's on the inside line. They're forcing each other slightly off track, but my God, this is absolutely insane, insane racing. Shadow leads the way, Caliber in second, Dudley in third. My oh my, sprint race still to come. I really hope you are enjoying this. Superhero, by the way, I think made a mistake, and he's down into second position. Caliber's round the outside of the Dunlop curve. Can he try and get the move done? Look at the overtake board. He's running on fumes in terms of the overtake board. He's on the inside line to take the 1. Oh my God. How on earth is he still in front now? Caliber gets the run up the hill into the hairpin. Can he get the move done? This will be the final lap next time around, I believe, as well. And Shadow leading the way. Gets the switch back, Caliber. That is brilliant stuff. Can he now get the move done? It's still side by side. I'm literally watching this, hand in my head. Literally, Caliber's on the inside line, Shadow on the outside line, and Caliber is through. Absolutely unreal racing here in the Super Formula Series for SRS. Whoever dreamt up of this series, my God, he deserves a medal. It might have been me. Caliber leads the way, Shadow in second, but now Shadow, crucially, has got no ERS left. Essentially, overtake mode-wise, Dudley, now on the back in a second, separates the top three. Oh. Final lap about to begin. They both run out of overtake mode. Caliber has got about 2% left. Shadow has got nothing left. Dudley has got more left, and he sends the fastest lap of the race as well. On to the final lap we go. Here in the feature race, sprint race still to come in the SRS Super Formula Series. Caliber leads the way. Shadow dive bombs it down the inside line. That's aggressive. And now to the inside line goes Caliber. They force each other off track just about, but look at Dudley. Dudley's right on the back of this as well. Marcello might not be out of this either. If he conserves, he could be right on the back of these guys running in towards 130 yard. Dudley's ran wide there, coming through the Dunlop curve. Oh, please catch your breath, guys. We've got 45 seconds left to go. Caliber lead, Shadow second, Dudley third, Marcello fourth, Doug in fifth. Superhero wins sixth. There's the top four, pretty much covered in the same camera shot. And Dudley has still got some overtake mode up. Yeah. You can see to the right-hand side, Dudley has got overtake mode up, and he's got to use it, I think, at the best possible scenario. But look at his fuel. His fuel is down. And compared to Caliber, Caliber, I think, has got this. Now Dudley runs in the slipstream. Look at the fuel. He's going to be fine on fuel, I think, Dudley. But he looks at the inside line, running through Spoon for the final time. Out on track, Caliber. This has been an absolute unreal battle between Caliber and Shadow. And if this sets the precedent for the next 9 races, then my God, here comes Dudley though, on the back of Shadow. Shadow is going to have to put up the stoic defence of his life. But now Shadow trying to get onto the back of Caliber. He's not done with yet. Now to the outside line. Is he going to be late on the brakes? Caliber holds the line, coming through the Casio triangle for the final time. Caliber ran the final corner, pinpoint accurate, pinpoint brilliant. Caliber is through, and he wins. Shadow in second, Dudley in third. What a race. Marcello in fourth, Doug in fifth in the end. Superhero will come across the line in sixth, crashes his way across the line. Hair Racer will finish in seventh. C-Mac will start on reverse grid pole. He will come across the line to finish in eighth. Battle going on behind with Barr and Gamer Coxey. Barr to the line to finish in ninth. Outscores Gamer Coxey to finish in 10th. A little bit of a glitch going on there. Pedro led across the line to finish in 11th. Tap and Olive really struggling in the cars. But my oh my, Caliber, Shadow, give yourself a real hard-earned pat on the back for that. Because that, if that sets the precedent for these races to come, then my God, we are going to be in for an absolute treat. Tap now coming in towards 130R. He will finish in 12th. Olive will finish in 13th position. Bring on the rest of Season 4. Best race in SRS history? I think so. I definitely think so. Caliber wins, Shadow in second, Dudley in third. I will rest up my voice after race 1. We've got race 2, of course, the sprint race still to come. I've got to do the grid for that. Tap across the line to finish in 12th. And Olive across the line to finish in 13th position. Dudley picks up the fastest lap of the race as well, but Caliber, out on top, takes first blood. Shadow in second, Dudley in third. And there is your man, who wins pole position, clean race. Caliber wins the SRS Super Formula Series round 1, race 1, and now race 1, round 2 even about to begin. I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of these results so I can set up the race and change over the settings and whatever. So give me a couple of minutes. We're not going to have any interviews, but we have got a 10-minute break now. So 10-minute break until the next race. Just give me time while we get this underway. My God, what a race. Right, calm yourself down, James. Let's get going. Edit event. Here we are. Right. See the inner workings now of us. It is practice endurance race now. 20 minutes. Same that. Jubbly. That's fine. Where is the thingy? Grid order. Set by host. Oh. There we are. Right. How do I go about setting up the grid? Can somebody tell me how to set up the grid, please? This is my first time of doing this, so I don't know. How do I do it? How do I do it? Please, somebody tell me. Oh my god. Right. Am I along the right lines here? No? Please, somebody tell me. I'm gonna be so stuck on how to do this. Goodness me. Yeah. What a race. What a race. I'm out of breath. I'm trying. Change grid order. There we are. Now I can change it. Everyone needs to get out on track. And now I've got to wait for everyone now to look. Caliber saying, learn to leave space and don't lean on others when you overtake. To be honest, I would say rubbing is racing. It's as simple as that. Rubbing is racing, and we should see some really good racing out on track. Not sure why Viper is here. He's not really allowed to race tonight. But Tice is there, just waiting on Gamer Coxie to join into the session. And there we are. So I can now get the grid order set up. So this is where you're going to see the inner workings of my geniusness. So, it is this man here, Simek, who's going to be on top. And then it is Hero's a second. And then third, it is Superhero. I'm talking through this while I do this, so bear with me on this. It's my first time of doing this, so Doug in fourth, then Marcello fifth, and then in sixth is Dudley, seventh is Shadow, and then in eighth is Caliber. Ninth was Bar, and then 10th, Gamer Coxie, Petrol at 11th, Tap 12th, Olive in 13th. There we are. Right, that should be set, he hopes now. Yeah, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Right, I think we are good to go for the second race. Gamer Coxie says 2 minutes, so we'll wait 2 minutes. Please tell me, though, your thoughts in the comment section after that race. Unbelievable. Battling, and hopefully we're going to be seeing some really good racing out on track. 13 drivers are going to do battle here, and just looking in the Discord after the reaction to the first race as well, it is, though, Simex out on top, Harry's second, Superhero in third. You can see the grid there to the right hand side of your screen, and we should be getting going. Just waiting on Gamer Coxie to get back, and then we'll be good to go for the second race of this season. Oh, goodness me. I think I've got my work cut out. Trevor, please take over for round 3. Honestly, I'm here for round 1, round 2, and then round 4, and I'm on track for the rest of it. So it's going to be really fascinating to see how I'm going to be in terms of competitiveness out on track. I was originally going to be full-time driving all 9, but with Trevor not making it for the first 3 of the first 4 rounds of the championship, I decided to jump in, and that's why I'm here for you in the commentary booth. Let's have a look then at the action out on track. And there is your man who won in the race, Caliber. Out on top, and hopefully Caliber will be able to make his way through the field. Top 8 reverse, though, is going to be very interesting. And it is going to be fascinating to see how these guys are going to get on, as Viper has just left the session. He did offer to do commentary alongside me, but I think I can probably manage by myself after the first race. Goodness me, no hard feelings at all. Jerez, though, coming in towards the Casio Triangle. Hopefully we'll see Game of Coxey come out on track very soon indeed. Otherwise, we'll be very good to go. I'll be raring to go out on track, and I'm going to check with him and see if he is there. There he is. He's came out of spectate mode, which I can tell he's probably there. Yes, he is. He's there. Right. We are very good to go. I'm going to check if everyone is ready. Gladiators, ready. Commentators, ready. I forgot to put a question mark in. Oh well, there's still no. There's still no to the right hand side. Shadow saying, can we wait? Yeah. Give me a second. I will let him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That's something that you shouldn't see on stream, but there we are. Yeah, I will let him. I will allow him. Oh, goodness me. Right. Right. We're going to get going very soon indeed. Round 2. We don't want there to be an accident from our driver who finished in 2nd position in the championship in race 1. We don't want him to have an accident like halfway through the race and he just ends up like completely like mistiming any braking zones or anything. So we'll give him a chance to go, and we're just waiting for the guys to join out on track. I'm going to sneeze, I think. Give me a second. Caliber is going to smoke. Everyone just taking a break then, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes. We are back. Shadow is back, which I'm very glad to see. And hopefully we're going to be seeing some really good action out on track. We will take in some form of interviews, possibly at the end of this race. Depends on how my voice is going to be at the end of this. I hope we can conduct a few interviews with our guys who have finished in the top 3 in both races at the end of this. If not, we will do it next week, of course, when my voice is hopefully going to be a bit better. But can probably appreciate why after that first race. But better get going very soon indeed. Just waiting for Superhero and Caliber and Petrolhead to get back, and then we will be raring to go for round 2 of the championship. My Shadow saying, can we go? Shadow is back, I do believe, which is good. Tice needing to go best commentator 2K21. I'm gonna tag people in this message. Who am I looking for again? And that one. There we are. Caliber is back. just seen his message there, so Caliber doesn't need to respond to that. Superhero and Petrolhead, though, we are just waiting on. Shadow is back as well. Caliber is back. Fantastic. Just waiting on Shadow. Just waiting on Petrolhead, and then just waiting on Superhero to get back as well. Probably going to be an 8 o'clock start, I would think, so go and grab yourself a cup of tea while we wait. It is taking a little bit longer than what we were expecting, but there we are. And Shadow's message in the chat, goodness me. But we're about to get going. Race 2 of round 1. 18 races, of course, this round spans over, this series spans over 9 weeks in total. We have got Easter as well. I guess that race was too intense for some. It was too intense, honestly, and I think it's good to give these guys a bit of a break after race 1 as well, and then don't go straight into race 2. Petrolhead, I can see, is typing, so I can tell he is back. And Superhero, we are just waiting on now. Hopefully he hasn't gone AWOL to come back, but we are just waiting on Superhero, and then we will get underway. But until then, tell me your top 3 for this reverse grid race. I'll get the race order up for you at this moment in time when I do find it. Change grid order. There is the grid on your screen right now. That's how they're going to be lining up out on track. How do you feel these guys will get on out on track? C-Mechan on top, Hairracer second, Superhero third, Duggan fourth, Marcello, Dudley, Shadow, Caliber, Bar, Coxie, Petrolhead, Tap, and Olive. And Super is ready, and we are now ready as well. Right. And I have got on, I'm just going to check the lobby settings first before I press to start. 20 minutes, yeah, perfect. Right, let's go. Here we are then, round 2, about to, race 2 I should say, of the night, about to begin for round 1 of the championship here in Suzuka. And if you've just gone to the toilet like Palmer has, you're going to miss the start of this race. But, here we are, out on track with our guys. 13 about to do battle. C-Mechan on top. It's a good job that I have got this right, which is really good. C-Mechan on top, Hairracer second, Superhero third, Doug, Marcello, Dudley, Shadow, Caliber, Bar, Coxie, Petrolhead, Tap, and Olive right down at the back of the field. Look for the lights in the gantry once again. Race 2 about to begin. The sprint race this time. No mandatory pit stops needed. All hell for leather. And it's lights down, away we go. And Hairracer gets a very good start. So does C-Mech and so does Superhero. Superhero gets a really good launch off the start. But Hairracer's going to be side by side along with Doug. Superhero running in towards someone. Doug's get 2 down the inside line. Superhero's moving, he's into third. Really good racing so far. Hairracer leads the way. And it's a Costa 1-2 out on track. Hairracer leading the way. Doug in second. Superhero third. Marcello in fourth. Dudley in fifth. C-Mech is all the way down into sixth. A disappointing start for him. Somebody's gone flying off there into the background. I thought somebody went flying off into the gravel. Coxie trying to go around the outside of Bar. Bar's losing control of the car completely. Bar's forced up into the wall, and Bar's off it through Dunlop curve. Oliver now on the inside on a game of Coxie. It's all a little bit hell for leather. Tap letting through, and Olive as well. And now, Shadow all the way down in 7th position. Caliber's already ahead of him, so Caliber now on the back of Dudley. He finished in 3rd position, of course, in race 1. Caliber's on the outside line. Tries to go around the outside. Can he try and get the move done? Just about. Doug, Hairracer, pretty much side by side now, running down the straight. Doug on the inside line, using a bit of overtake early on. He gets the move, into the lead of the race he goes. So Doug leading the way, Hairracer second, Superhero third, the old guard really that short the way. Marcello in 4th, Caliber in 5th, Dudley in 6th, getting chased down with the newbie, Shadow in 7th, Petrolhead in 8th, C-Mech in 9th. Then Olivoff in 12th, Game of Coxie is in 10th, Tap in 11th, Olivoff in 12th, Bar off, of course, coming through Dunlop Curve at 13th. But Dunlop Curve now through 130R, Superhero around the outside of 130R on Hairracer, now looks to the inside line. Can he get the car stopped? Yes he can. Down the inside line he goes. He's into second. Marcello fighting with Caliber. Caliber's already on the back. We now will split out of spectator mode and then go on board with Caliber once again. Another run down the straight. Doug leading the way. Superhero second. Hairracer third. Marcello in 4th. Everyone's stuck in a bit of a slipstream rut at this stage. Doug's getting away though out in front. Caliber want to get on with things. Speaking of want to get on with things, Shadow has just been bullied out of position there by Petrolhead. Petrolhead down the inside line there, gets the move done with Dudley in 6th position. Dudley 6th, Petrolhead 7th, Shadow all the way down from pretty much where he started from in 8th position. He's lost 1 position off the start, and now is on the back of Petrolhead. Petrolhead's had a good start as well in this sprint race early on. And it's good to see that we haven't got the same leader currently out on track as what we did in the first race. Doug leading the way, Superhero wins 2nd. These guys getting to break away. Hever's a 3rd, and now Caliber right on the back of Marcello. It's the outer line. Marcello dives it down the inside. It's a bit of a forceful move, I've got to be honest. Hever's is still there on the inside line though. I think he'll get the run, and now Caliber is going to trying to do a part of the Red Sea. Marcello back down into 5th, loses 2 positions. So Hever's is through. He's into 3rd position. Marcello was briefly in 3rd. Forces Hever's out wide there slightly. Does Caliber. And now Caliber looks to the inside line. A little bit of a tap there from Caliber. Now on the back of Hever's. Look at Marcello. No way is it going to be 3 wide. Running down in towards 130 yards. Hammerhead formation. Running down in towards 130. Half a minute through there. Marcello is through and he's into 3rd. Caliber. Dudley's going to have to back off. It's now 2 wide into the Casio triangle. Caliber and Marcello. Marcello's gone off track. Rejoins onto Caliber. Caliber's forced off track. And it's all getting a little bit leery out on track. Caliber not going to be happy with that. Shadow now on the back of him. And now the 2 rivals from race 1 are about to do battle. Superhero in the meantime under pressure from Doug for the lead of the race. And Doug's run out wide. Doug has spun. Doug nearly spun. He's got to rejoin out on track safely. Just about rejoins on track safely. He rejoins actually beside Hellraiser, which is not too bad at all. Caliber, Shadow forcing their way through the S section. But Superhero out on top. Superhero's got a 2.6 second lead now. Is that impossible to try and come back down? Marcello in 2nd. Dudley there in 3rd. Doug in 4th. Hellraiser now on the back of Doug. Running up the hill. He's on the inside line running towards Deck. The 1, the 2 teammates are battling. Caliber's down the inside line. A bit of force out of track. And now Shadow through, and you've got to feel sorry for Hellraiser at that point. A little bit of bullying going on to try and force full the moves. Got to be clean out on track. You shouldn't have to force your way through on a driver. Certainly, and I'm sure the driving standards will be looked at in the sprint race. So far, our resident student of course is Palmer here in the GT3. In the Super Formula Series, I should say, tonight. So Palmer will be doing all the investigations that we can try and catch out on track. Superhero leads the way. Still 2.6 seconds the gap. Marcello there in 2nd position. Looking at the overtake mode of Superhero. He's got a lot more compared to Marcello. Dudley there in 3rd position. And doing a fantastic job covering the out on track, these guys. Doug in 4th, Caliber 5th, Shadow in 6th. And now fight side by side with Hellraiser. Hellraiser's right on the back of him there. Kim McCoxey there in 8th. Petrolhead in 9th. Kim McCoxey running well so far. So now they come down the straight. Caliber now has got Doug in his sights. He's going to be like a sniper, wanting to try and take the shot on the back of Doug. Got to do it in a clean way, of course. Superhero leading the way, out on track, doing a fantastic job. Marcello in 2nd, Dudley in 3rd, Doug in 4th, Caliber 5th, Shadow 6th. Currently, Caliber will have the championship lead going into next week as it stands. Caliber's on the back of Doug. So now come through. Can Doug fend off the pursuer in Caliber? Superhero leading the way. It's 4.2 seconds the gap between Superhero. That was a big clonk there. I think it was from Gamer Coxey on the back of Hellraiser. Trying to get the car stopped, I think, there. And Coxey now trying to get onto the back of Hellraiser, trying to look down the inside line. He doesn't. Bars all the way down into 12th. C-Mech has really struggled early on, right down the back of the field. The pole, really not enjoying things, but he's now at the back, so he should be able to try and gain some ground. Superhero leading the way, though. In the meantime, 3-word battle for 3rd. Doug, Dudley, and Caliber. Caliber now on the back. The American under pressure. Can see Caliber using up a little bit of overtake mode just to rejoin onto the back there. A little bit of lag, spiking going forward and back. Superhero leading the way. Marcello 2nd. Doug, Dudley, Caliber. Dudley to the inside line. Caliber to the outside line. Trying to force it down the inside. Dudley nearly gets forced off track, and now Dudley's going to force him out to dry. Doug has got the run in third, and now Caliber is through and he's into fourth. Great run, gets the overtake mode out, and he should now fend off the pursuit of Dudley, but Dudley's going to try and fight back. He won't. Caliber is through, and he's into fourth. Shadow there in sixth, Harris is seventh, Coxey in ninth, Petrolhead looking on the inside now of Coxey. Coxey to the inside line, and then through three, then through four, and then through five, and then through six. The S section flies at you very quickly around here with Suzuka. Already 8 minutes through the race, by the way. Superhero leading the way from Marcello in second, Doug in third. Hayres Gamer Coxey though on the back. Oh, it's a right moment there from Hayres, just in front, loses a bit of time now to the back of Coxey. Now Coxey just within slipstream range on the back, as Doug just makes a slight mistake there. Caliber that's Purple Mill sector. Superhero's getting away out in front, 3.3 seconds, no overtake mode used up as much, and Superhero's currently doing a fantastic job out on track. Marcello in second, Doug in third, on settling down in this race. There's Caliber in fourth, Dudley there in fifth, Shadow in sixth, Air in seventh, Coxey in eighth, Petrolhead in ninth, Tap in 10th, Bar under pressure from Olive in 11th, C-Max still going out the back of the field, the ball in 13th. As we now could see a possible move for third. Caliber on the back of Doug. Doug on the inside line. Caliber to the outside line. 0.2 of a second. Tapper in. Doug, oh my god, hanging off camera in the corner. Nearly forced his way on the inside line. Back to the late breakers, run into the Casio triangle. Caliber, oh my god, takes so much speed going through there. Gets the move done, but now Doug fights him back, running down the straight once again. Superhero leading, Marcello second, but now Doug's going to try and retake third position. Both have got overtake mode out, and now Doug is barely ahead, running in towards turn one. Caliber's on the inside line, fair play to Caliber, gets the move done. Doug on the outside line though, running through 10-3. My god almighty, Caliber leaning in, slightly there on Doug, but Caliber's through and he's into third, disposes of Doug quite readily in the end. And now Caliber, real stalwart of the League Racing days back when I was League Racing owning. Superhero leading, Marcello second, Caliber in third. Halfway point has been reached. We'll ride you on board with the battle, possibly now for second as Marcello gets closed down. Caliber third, Doug in fourth, Dudley in fifth. Shadow's not too far off, and Shadow's into the wall! Shadow is into the wall, an absolute disaster. Petrolhead and Gamer Coxey are fighting side by side in the meantime. Run up the hill and towards the hairpin, an absolute disaster. Petrolhead runs around the outside and gets the move done on Coxey. Such a shame for Shadow. There he is, down in 10th position. Oh, he hit the wall, he just took it too quick coming through Deckner 2. He hit the wall, and the race, second last time out, is now down in 10th. Superhero still has the advantage on Marcello in second, Caliber third, Doug in fourth, Dudley in fifth. I will leave you with the sound of these cars. We're halfway through. I'll be back in just a couple of seconds. And now here comes Dudley on the back of Doug, running down in towards turn one. Superhero leading, Marcello second, Caliber, Dudley, and Doug, fourth, and then Dudley in fifth. Hair Racer is sixth, Petrolhead in seventh, Coxey in eighth, Superhero in ninth, Marcello in Superhero winning. Marcello second, Caliber third. I don't know what I'm thinking. Tapping ninth, Shadow in 10th, I should say. That's what I was trying to say. Goodness me, I got distracted. Doug, under pressure from Dudley, the American, against the Brit. 8.5 minutes to go here in this race. Superhero leading the way out on track. Marcello in second, Caliber in third. Now Doug in fourth. Dudley right on the back of Doug. Really, really good race this has been in the sprint race. Yes, it's been more driving standards faults, I would say, but everyone's still doing a good job out on track, and still we've got all 13 drivers going. Sorry, got an idea, of course, left the session. Not sure if he disconnected, but Dudley's on the back of Doug. 8 minutes to go, and we're on board with the battle for fourth. Now Dudley, surely using up a bit of slipstream, surely using up a bit of overtake mode as well. To the outside line, Doug forces him off camber. There's a bit more contact between them both, and Dudley, I think, is just going to settle in behind. Nearly forced Doug in for a mistake, but Doug hangs on into hangs on into fourth for now. But Dudley's going to get a sensational run. Running down the hill in towards turn one. You can see the gap already closing down. Dudley in fifth. Doug in fourth position. Dudley's not going to go around the outside of turn one. Switches to the inside. That is brilliant stuff. Doug got caught down the marbles. But that might be the move of the race. Dudley is through. Down on the inside line. He saw what was coming. He predicted the future. And Dudley is through and he's into fourth position. That is a switchback of the century. Brilliant, brilliant racing. Dudley through and he's into fourth. And has made Doug look like, well, just a common driver out on track. Dudley through and he's into fourth. Awesome, awesome, awesome switchback. Gets the move done, he's into fourth. Superhero leading though. Marcello in second. Caliber in third. Dudley in fourth. Doug in fifth position. There's a Petrolhead and Coxey currently filling out the rest of the field. But really good racing out on track here. I'm being absolutely thrilled to bring you this action here tonight for the SRS Super Formula Series. We have begun as we wanted it to start, to be honest, and it's a really, really good way to see how this is all going out on track. Now we come through though. Once again, Superhero leading, Marcello second, Caliber in third. Everyone doing a fantastic job out on track. Superhero, Marcello, Caliber, Dudley, then Doug. Dropping off now, Doug on the back. But doing still a good job nonetheless, regardless of how this race has gone for these guys. Superhero leading the way. It's got a bit quiet now out on track. Bar on the back of Shadow. And the American right on the back of him. Going to try and look to get the move done. Bar on the outside line. Shadow's on the inside line. Oh, forces him on the outside of Shadow. Can he get the move done? No, Shadow hangs him out to dry. He'll use up a bit of overtake mode. Don't go for the move here. Nearly falls into the wall. Well, nearly falls into the grass. And Shadow into 9th, Bar stays in 10th. Tries, he might, but he failed. Simple as that. 5 minutes to go. Superhero's dominating down in front. He's on way to, he's on course to win. Well, Shadow in second, but look at this. Caliber now closing up the gap. Once again, I'll be back in just a couple of seconds. Superhero leading, Marcello second, Caliber in third, Dudley in fourth. We're right on board though with Caliber, right on the back of Marcello. 0.6 of a second separating these guys out on track. Superhero leading the way. But look, Caliber, 0.3 up on Superhero's lap. Look at his overtake mode, none. Superhero, Marcello's got about 50% left. Surely it is Marcello's to lose. But can Caliber show the caliber to try and get past? That's a terrible pun, I know. 144.9 responds from Caliber. That's now less than 4 seconds, separating the top 3. Out on track. Marcello gets caught in the marbles around the outside. The penalty, of course, Marcello, 0.6 of a second. He will have to serve that up at some point before the end of this race. In the meantime, looking further down the field, I thought we had side-by-side action there. Further down the field, but we don't. So we're right on board still with Caliber on the back of Marcello. And Caliber now on the back, 0.4 of a second away. The Italian doing a sterling job out on track. Caliber there in third. Dudley fourth, Doug in fifth. Hairraiser in sixth position. Superhero though has just dominated this race. Dudley ran wide there in the background. Could give Doug a little bit of a look in. Now Caliber's on the back of Marcello. There will be 2 more laps after this one is completed. Superhero leading, Marcello in second, Caliber in third. 0.1 of a second running down in towards Spoon. Looks to the inside line, does Caliber. but doesn't get the move done. Marcello stays in second for now. As Caliber right on the back, hunting him down. It was a 1.4 tenths of a second. Looks to the inside line. Ran into sixth gear there, did Caliber. Marcello used up a little bit of his penalty. But Marcello, good defending there by Marcello, and he's actually pulled away from Caliber, and he's got to try and stretch out on track. But 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. This race is absolutely flown over. To be honest, looking further down the field, there's nothing really interesting happening. So we're running ball with the battle for second. Marcello now down to 2/10 that penalty. He will serve it up possibly in front of Caliber. Superhero leading, Marcello second, Caliber in third, Dudley, Doug, Harris, Petrolhead and Coxey as it stands. And going into round 2 of the championship, Red Bull Ring of course next week. And it should be one of the racers as well of the season, possibly out on track. But Superhero leading the way, Marcello in second, Caliber in third, and now Marcello is on the brink of serving up that penalty. If he serves up this penalty into the hairpin, that is it, done. I think Caliber will not try and find a way through. No. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Superhero's 4.5 seconds down in front. Surely got the race between his cheeks at this moment in time. He's got one hand on that trophy. Marcello in second, Caliber third, Dudley fourth, Doug, Hairracer, Petrolhead, Coxey. Tell you what, Marcello has just served it up in front of him. That's a bit dodgy if I've got to be honest. Shouldn't have done that. I know he's got overtake mode up now to use up, but Caliber's just going to stick with him purely in this slipstream. And in fact, Caliber's going to try and come back at him. Even with that overtake mode, Marcello is looking like a setting. Doug running down in towards 130R, and Caliber forcing him now to the outside line. He's on the inside line now, Marcello. Caliber's around the outside of the Casio triangle, but again Marcello gets that car stopped just about, and he's in to second position and has got away. Now using up the remains of his overtake mode. Final lap begins. Superhero, Marcello, Caliber second, third and fourth, and now Shadow is through and he's up into 8th position on the back again. But Coxey there, I think Bar is at a moment possibly, and now coming across the line, Coxey right on the back of Shadow. Bit spread eagle the field in the sprint race, and now Coxey to the outside line on Shadow. Runner up of course in race 1. Coxey on the outside line, gets forced out onto the marbles. Can he recover the car? Just about. Olive by the way, came across the line and Coxey spun. Coxey's into the wall, he's got damage, and he'll be now 10th. Olive, Tap and C-Mech have finished. Superhero though on his way to winning. Marcello though is under pressure. Caliber right on the back of him, running everything towards the hairpin for the final time. Caliber's on the back of Marcello, running down the straight. Can he have one more crack at the cherry? Has Marcello saved up enough overtake to try and defeat the German in behind? Side Max against NLR once again. Is the NLR man going to come on top once again against the Side Max man? Or is Marcello going to speed away? 0.3 of a second, overtake board up getting used, and I think that's it. Marcello's pulling away. We'll ride on board them with the leader. Superhero leading the way, 4.5 seconds the gap. He has dominated this race throughout, and Superhero around the final couple of corners here in Japan. Superhero will take the sprint race. Marcello to the line in second, just about hanging on from Caliber. Great race between them both. Caliber third, Dudley fourth, Doug catching in the end in fifth. Hairraiser and sixth. Oh, there's been contact actually between Hairraiser and Petrolhead. Petrolhead, I think, tried to maybe dive bomb it down the inside. Hairraiser will come across the line unscathed in sixth. Shadow across the line to finish in seventh. Bar will finish the race in eighth. Petrolhead in ninth, and now Coxey around the final corner. He is going to be coming out to finish in P10. Superhero wins though. Marcello second and Caliber in third position. Oh, what a race. what a race once again. And we saw there the celebrations from Superhero. He takes it for the Racing Pinks. Marcello finishing in second. Caliber in third. Dudley fourth. Doug in fifth. Hairracer sixth. Shadow in seventh. Bar eighth. Petrolhead ninth. Coxie in 10th. Olive, Tap and C-Mech all finishing out on track. Caliber got the fastest lap of the race, set on lap 9, a 1:44.9 out on track. You can see the fluctuations from the field further down. Certainly really good racing though out on track from all of these guys. And that is it for tonight. That is it for the racing here in Japan. And personally, I think Caliber should not be making comments like that on the stream because it's quite unprofessional. I'm in charge here along with Tice, and these comments will be getting investigated, I can guarantee you that. But that is the end for tonight. No interviews, my voice is going, but thank you very much for coming along, and thank you very much for hoping and wishing that this racing will continue, and hopefully the driving standards do improve regardless out on track. Thank you so much for watching here in the SRS Super Formula Series. I've been James Head. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.